Good morning, family. I am minister in training. Welcome to the Living and Life Church, which is an independent spiritualist training. Good Lord, spiritualist church. Our Sunday service is on the first and third Sunday of each and every month. Please turn off or silence your cell phones, as we do not want them interrupting the service. You all know me by now. My name is Minister in Training, Avery Babon, and I will be chairing the service this morning. We have coffee and bottled water available in the back of the church, and the restrooms are in the next building to the left, to the right as you go out the door. Please make sure you take off your seatbelt once we reach our final height of 30,000 feet. No, I'm just joking around. We welcome you to browse our selection of library books in the back. We ask that for a $1 donation to check out a book that you may keep up to 6 months. We have a healing book in which you are welcome to add names of people who you would like to see receive healing. Opposite that page is where you can put names of those who've crossed over to the other side recently. If you're new to Billets, on the third Sunday is where you can ask a question of spirit written on a piece of paper and folded. You then identify the paper with a personal symbol so that you know when your question is being read anonymously. You may do so between, it's not that big. So. We are joined here today with Reverend Bob and Reverend Sandra Deckinger. And is there anything in special observance today? No, there is not. Let's see, anything special? 20th. Oh, January 20th.
It's not our church.
Oh, Living in Light Church was founded. In January 20th, 2022, Living in Light Church was actually founded.
We're coming up on 3 years.
Coming up on 3 years.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? I can't believe that 3 years has already come by. It's came by really fast. So, at this time, let us now stand and sing the opening hymn. And please remain standing after the song for an invocation. We'll be doing a brand new song. I like this one. All Things Bright and Beautiful. It's going to be page number 27.
Wonderful, the Lord God made them all. endless standing down. Praise God Almighty, who has made all things so well. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all.
Very beautiful and positive song. Really love it. You know, in 2025, I think we should all focus on the positive. Infinite Spirit, we stand before you in the sacred space with our hearts overflowing with gratitude and joined by a desire for peace, love, and understanding of our lives. We give thanks for this most perfect day, for this new opportunity to rejoice with each other and with our loved ones in spirit, knowing that we are not alone in our pain or in our joys. We give thanks individually and as a spiritual community for all of our blessings. May our spirit family members and friends continue to inspire us, and may love, harmony, and infinite spirit be our unwavering companions as we continue on our journey. O loving God. Amen. You may now be seated. We will now be reading from the Declaration of Principles, which you can find in the inside cover of your hymnal books, which will be beginning with the number 1. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomenon of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. And now we will move on with the spiritual healing service, which will be led by Reverend Lynn.
Tim Mauro will be leading us in the song at the start of this healing service. Do you need to use the microphone?
Please.
It's okay.
Start the year with this song. To create a joyful noise, so anyone with ears to hear can rejoice. To see yourself in flight, and let your vision rise above any world plight. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. A heart may weep and grieve for what's lost in times gone by that cannot be retrieved. But then we hear a joyous sound, the Spirit laughs and sings at what's to be found. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. Because when we let go, intuitively we just seem to know the future is about as bright as we give it permission to be. So let's choose wisely. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. So if we just do our best and relax and know that Spirit will do the rest, that's when life is at its best, living by faith, living as faith.
Well, thank you, Tim. Thank you for that song. It's like it helps kind of clear the air, put everybody in a better mood. As we proceed with the healing service, we have a book in the back, in case you forgot, for people that couldn't make it today to get healing. And so we recognize them in the book when we read the list a little bit later on. As part of the healing service, we'll be singing the healing hymn and reciting the healing prayer. And then I will ask the healers to station themselves at the chairs to the right, and you're welcome to come up to get a hands-on healing. Let's see. If you have trouble getting up, raise your hand. And then one of the healers will come to you. And I don't see anybody raising their hand, so good. Please be aware that healing is about working energy provided by Spirit into the chosen healers, the healing mediums that send that spiritual healing energy through to you. In order to become certified, the commissioned healers that are practicing healing need to have at least 3 affidavits. So if you think you got a beneficial healing, we'd ask you to fill out one of the forms in the back to give to them so they can become professionally certified. So we're going to remain seated as we recite the healing hymn. Sing the healing hymn, which is on page 109, He Healeth Me. Let's sing it a cappella. He healeth me, O blessed thought, O word with heavenly comfort fraught. Whate'er I do, where'er I be, still 'tis God's love that healeth me. Lord, I would feel thy life in mine, to thrill my soul with love divine, to bind me closer still to thee, since 'tis thy love that healeth me. We don't need music for that. And so now we'll recite the healing prayer, which is also found in your books. It's either going to be on the front or the back. For some of you, it'll say that it's in the back. And for the others of you, it'll just be there in the front on the first page. So we recite this together. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Amen. I now ask our healers to station themselves. You're now free to come up to get hands-on healing. And if you don't feel comfortable with somebody putting their hands on your shoulders, just let them know and they will adjust themselves. Hands are the focal point of spiritual healing, coming from the spirit world and passing through the healer's hands into the one requesting to be healed. It is helpful for the one in need to be mindful of this gift being shared and think of themselves as being healed by this action. It creates more of a positive energy. Less work to do on the spirit side. Now, normally I would be going into the meditation here, but Reverend Lynn Rogers will be doing the meditation today, and it's going to be on the turn of the new year. So I think things that we should be thankful for.
Good morning. Please get into a relaxed meditative state, whether you're receiving a healing or you're sending absent healing. This is the new year, and I'd like to share with you a release the old year and greet the new year meditation that has been done off and on for 50 years. It was originated by Reverend Marcia Hunter Mossman and given first at a Sillamar at Jessica Madigan's Philosophical Round Table. I know because I was a teenager and I was there. So I'd like you to get comfortable as we call up your soul's lessons of the year that was, and we move into a year to be. So let's take a moment and know that our soul knows what we were really learning. So we call up the year 2024. I light its candle to burn one last time. We'll start by calling up December of 2024, time of holidays, celebrations, including here, the signs of Sagittarius and Capricorn. What were the lessons of December? Something may come to mind, or you may receive it later in a dream. What were you really learning in December? And now we move backward, releasing that month to November of 2024, time of Thanksgiving, of Scorpio and Sagittarius birthdays. What might you have been learning in November? And now we move, releasing that to October of 2024, time of Libra and Scorpio birthdays, time of Halloween and All Souls Day. What might have been the essence of your lessons? What was going on in a deeper level that your spirit and your guides let you know? And now, knowing this, we move back to September of 2024, time of back to school, of harvest. Virgo and Libra birthdays, what were you learning? What were you experiencing? And releasing that month, we go back to August of 2024, a very warm month here, time of Leo and Virgo birthdays. Later in summer, what was your soul learning? Releasing that, we go back to July of 2024, first month of the second half of the year of Cancer and Leo birthdays. What was happening? What were you learning? And releasing that, we go back to June, time of the summer solstice in the Celtic tradition, where the feminine and masculine parts of the Creator embrace and turn the wheel of the year. At solstice time, what were you learning in June, month of Gemini and Cancer birthdays? And releasing that back into May of 2024, month of Taurus and Gemini birthdays, time of the beloved mother and the roses. What were you learning? And releasing May of 2024, we go back through April, month of Taxes, month of Aries and Taurus birthdays. Sometimes Easter, what were you learning? Releasing that, we go back to March, month of Pisces, Aries birthdays. In like a lion, out like a lamb, whether in transition, what were you learning? Releasing that, we go back to February 2024, month of St. Valentine's celebrations. Sometimes leap year. Aquarius and Pisces birthdays, what were you learning? Finally releasing that, we go back a year ago to January 2024, month of New Year's resolutions, Capricorn and Aquarius energy. What were you learning? What was the theme? Now we call up the entire year of 2024. What did you learn? What were the themes? What was your soul? And what were your angelic spirit guides really showing you in 2024? turn off this candle and we release 2024 into the skeins of time and space where it will remain in the Akashic record of our soul's passage through this sphere, what it attempted and what it learned. And I share with you now from the NCAS Spiritualist Manual for 2025, a little prayer. As we light the candle for a new year. Infinite intelligence, we ask that our hearts and minds be open to the higher spiritual realms where we can feel the love, peace, and harmony of those realms. As we look forward to new experiences, friendship, and the love of family and friends during the new coming year, we ask that we remain ever mindful that the new knowledge, wisdom, and understanding we will receive will enable us to more fully express and share spiritualism as a way of life. Amen. And Happy New Year to us all. Blessed be.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for that. So, when the healers are finished, they may sit down. I will now get the reading list. When we started the service, or before the start of the service, and I put this out, this page was blank. Now it's almost full. It's like magic. So I would like to read from the list and continue to send healing energies to the people who couldn't make it here today. So we ask that their healers, the healers send energy to them. And let it be downloaded, if we use today's terminology, into their bodies to help restore them to the natural health that they deserve. Thank you. And that now concludes the healing portion of the service. The healers are free to sit when they're finished. And just a reminder, some of our healers can become commissioned healers, and so they need affidavits. So if you felt like you've gotten a beneficial healing, please fill it out for their benefit. And now we will return programming to Avery Babbitt.
I love how you're chuckling about that. That's exciting. Okay. Thank you very much for the lovely healing music by Tim and for the lovely healing meditation by Lynn. Now I would like to introduce our speaker of the day, which is Reverend Sandra Deckinger, who comes from us from our church. Before we hear from her, which she can come up if she wants to right now, but before we hear from her, we're going to welcome her by singing the healing hymn, and let's do On Higher Ground. On higher ground, and it's going to be page number 44. We're going to skip verse number 3.
What was that? We're going to do what?
Higher ground?
Yeah.
Page number 44.
But then you said something after that.
We're going to skip verse number 3.
Verse 3. Okay.
Thank you. growing heights, but still I pray till I found. Lord, lead me on higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand. My faith on heaven's tableland, a higher plane than I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground.
And now, I recognize the speaker for today. Her name is Reverend Sandra Deckinger.
They have to fix the microphone for me because I'm so tiny. Well,
Get a little closer.
Yeah, so we can hear you, Sandra. Can you come closer?
well, we're talking about calendars today. You know, according to our calendar in the United States, we have a new year that starts on January the 1st. However, not everyone in the world uses January 1st as the beginning of the year. And you know, over the centuries, our calendar has changed several times. The first calendar for the Western world was developed by Julius Caesar in Rome. Rome had huge territories, and they really needed a consistent measure of time. Julius developed his calendar according to the seasons, and it really continued until about 1500 BC. Now, have any of you ever been to Golden Gate Park, into the museum there? And in the middle of the rotunda at the Science Museum, there's a large exhibit, and there's a huge circle there. And all the days of are printed around this circle, but they're in bronze. But up above it, it's a pendulum. It's a huge pendulum, and this keeps swinging back and forth and back and forth. And every day, the angle changes a little bit so that the days are always on time. However, around 1500, they were using the same method to determine the day of the year. However, according to the solar calendar of Julius Caesar, there was 2 weeks discrepancy. You know, not too much. So Gregory the 13th redid the calendar, and it's the one we use today. There's an interesting story that came from when England was being converted to Christianity. At this one place, the wife was Christian, and she had come, and her place was using the new calendar. However, her husband, they were still using the old calendar. So in one place they were getting ready for Easter, and the other one they were just sort of ending Lent. It's not very helpful. So the Pope went and redid the calendar. And it was accepted by all the Catholic countries. However, the Protestant countries really didn't convert it until 1752. And you know, George Washington still has 2 birthdays, his old calendar and his new calendar. But there are other calendars today. You know, the Hebrew calendar, this is the year 5784. The Islamic calendar is 1445. One of the Indian calendars is 2584. And our people, the Mayan calendar, that's in the 57 something also. And it's interesting. Somebody just decided This is going to be the first day of the year, and we're going to start counting from here. Okay. Discrepancies. And you know, the Greek Orthodox faith still follows the solar calendar, and I think Christmas is coming January the 7th this year, and the Hebrew calendar, the Hanukkah started very late. It started after Christmas. But you know, there was another change in our lifetime. About 1980, the scientific and educational groups decided that they didn't want to have anything religious attached to their work. The early monks used BC, before Christ, and then they used BCE, which meant in the year of the Lord. However, the communities changed it. BC became before Common Era, and AD became after Common Era. However, I wasn't sure what the date was because no one really knows when Jesus was born. It floats about 2 to 3 years, so our calendars is off. And just a little off that, you know, the insurance companies all use they have a different system. They don't use, Monday, January the 24th. They always use the numerical day of the month. So like January would be 0101, and then you get into February like 225 is the 25th day of February. And this allows them to find information very quickly. So we can tell that the first day of the year is a variable. We say Happy New Year, and people sometimes consider it a fresh start or a new beginning. But you know, in a way, it really isn't a fresh start. My credit card didn't go down to zero balance. It just didn't do that. My car insurance, no, they kept it at the same rate as the month before. And in some ways, December is depressing because it's the end of the year, the days are short, afternoons come like about 4 or 5 o'clock. At least we don't have to worry about the snow and blizzards. And every year there is a suggestion that you make a resolution for the new year. This resolution usually is something that will help you improve yourself. And some of the suggestions that I've heard are, I'm going to exercise 3 days a week. And another one is, I'm going to lose 10 pounds before summer so I look great in a bathing suit. And these are great resolutions. However, research has found that after about 2 or 3 weeks, they seem to fall by the wayside because we get involved in our daily life again. These resolutions demand that we change our lifestyle. And you know, sometimes if we don't make these resolutions, you start feeling guilty. Well, I said I was going to do this and I haven't done it. And we don't need any more guilt trips laid on us. I have enough. But I'd like to suggest some resolutions for the coming year. And the first one that I'm going to suggest is an affirmation. I don't want any ups and downs in my life. I want to keep things even in my life for another year. Another one. When I'm tired, I'm going to take some time out and rest. Another one. I'm going to be selfish and concentrate on my well-being. I'm a person, I'm a human being, and I am totally worried of taking care of myself. We have so many people that we feel responsible for, our families, our jobs, our work. But remember, you are responsible for you. No one can make you, go lie down. No one can make you eat a hot fudge sundae if you don't want to. My little godchild, we were out for a dinner with her, and her mom kept trying to feed her, and she kept going. I told Aida to say, hey, this kid's giving you a message. She's not hungry. Another thing you could do is make a shopping list before you go to the supermarket. It doesn't take long, but it does save you money. And don't forget to check the oil and tires in your car. I know some people who go years without changing the oil or checking the tires and all. They can't understand why the car is not functioning the way they want it to. I hope you have some ideas. I've given you some ideas. Remember, we are the ones that create our life. We have to put our attention into the universe to give it something to work with. Every affirmation that we make helps us move forward in our life plan. We all have a life plan. Sometimes we don't know what it is. It just seems to keep coming at us. But a life plan is what we had before we came to this birth. And we're going to have to review it when we leave. My friend, Two Moccasins is here, and he would like to speak with you for a moment. Hello, my friends.
Hello.
I'm very pleased to be with you today. It's been a while since I was able to speak with you. I want you to know that the newspapers and the televisions all say that this is going to be a dramatic year. You have the ability in yourself to stay on an even keel. Be yourself. Stay balanced. You are the only one who controls you. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. And now, I would like to say, have a good year for each and every one of you. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, thank you to Moccasins. And it was interesting to know about the New Year's, knowing that there was different years about the New Year's. We now ask for donations to our church collection basket. This money goes towards rent of the space and any other expenses that we incur. Your gift is greatly appreciated. Great Spirit, we accept these gifts of love that will help us in continuing the promulgation of spiritualism. We ask that your blessing upon these gifts and these cheerful givers who seek to assist us in keeping this center as a lighthouse for the seeker of truth. In the name of love, amen. So for the speaker for the next service, I believe that would be me.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, no, well.
Oh no, it's gonna be.
Yeah, we have a special thing.
We actually have a guest speaker. Sorry about that. We have a guest speaker. Her name is Reverend Connie Habash, author of Awakening from Anxiety. Oh my gosh, I actually grateful that I will actually be here. I need to learn more about awakening from anxiety. I suffer from that quite a lot. We know it's not easy growing older. Aging poses physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and societal changes. Yet, if we're fortunate, we must journey through it. There are, however, gifts, opportunities, and divine purpose to this process. Let's explore together some of the possibilities of aging and how this unique time of life is designed to spiritually awaken you. Aging, and if approached with attention, can become a journey into empowerment, deep transformation, and ultimate path to enlightenment. Okay. So there is a Soul Search Expo coming up on January. There's going to be 2 days that it's going to be. It's going to be January 25th and 26th at the Hilton in San Jose, on 300 Almaden Boulevard, downtown San Jose.
If there's little flyers in the back.
There are little flyers in the back, so if you're interested in checking it out, you may do so. Myself, Reverend Sandra Deckinger, are going to be the mediums that are going to be at the tables giving readings, so you are more than welcome to join and get readings from us. And now, are there any other announcements?
Yeah.
I have an announcement.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
I'm an artist, and every year I do share art in the holidays and other times, and I'm making a big donation tomorrow to a nonprofit school for children and adults with autism, developmental disabilities, visual impairment. And so if anyone's interested in getting one of these, they're at the table and they contribute toward the donation to the nonprofit school. Plus there's too, and I made these. Yeah, they're back here.
Thank you, Lynn. Yeah. So go ahead and take a look at the cards. She brought a bunch of them. We have the books in the back, and to the right of it, there's some little snack things. They're free for anybody to take. It was given to me, and a lot of it has sugar in it, which I can't have, so I put it out there. And then I realized some of them are just crackers, so they don't have sugar in it. It's like, oh, okay. But please take, if you see something you want, go ahead and take it. I thought it was a little suspicious because when I started putting stuff on the table, I noticed it was a little lighter than when I first brought it in. I wonder why. So as announced, we're going to have Connie Habish. She's going to be coming, and she's going to be giving the lecture, or the talk for the next time. And then in February, I think it's February 2nd, we have a service. We're actually going to have a guest, Lynn's going to be coming. She's a medium, and rather than do what we normally do, where we have spirit messages, she's going to take over. She's going to be giving messages to everybody from her spirit guide.
Which service is that in February?
February 2nd?
Oh.
February 2nd. So I just want to give you a heads up.
Listening, if I'm correct.
I'm sorry, what?
I think it's pronounced listening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Robin listening. Okay. So as we get closer to it, I'll give more information about what that is. As far as the Soul Search, these little cards, if you register online, because I also included the website on there, if you register online, you can get in for free. Otherwise, it's going to be $10. And our church will be represented as one of the tables. We're working on that right now. Okay, and I think that's it for me.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right. Perfect. So today is Spirit Messages. And so let's see, how many mediums do we have? We have myself, we have Reverend Sandra Deckinger, we have Reverend Bob Engel, and then we have Reverend Lynn Rogers. So, why don't we have Lynn Rodgers come up first? And we have, hold on a minute, how many people do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We have 16 people, so 16 divided by 4 is? 16 divided by 4 is 4. All right, 4 people apiece. We can even do the dog. We can even give a dog a message.
May I come to you? Can you uncross your hands? Thank you. Just say something, because sound keys me into spirit. Your first name. Well, you have some vibrant spirit energy around you, some very vibrant guides. And so for you, 2025 looks good. It looks happier. And make sure you do take care of yourself as we got the message, because just little things to give your health an adjustment so you can enjoy the joy that's coming your way in 2025. Very good year for you. May I come to you? Yeah. And just say your first name, please. Say it again. For you, I feel a masculine spirit guide, somebody who's crossed over, maybe known to you, who was a man in this world. And it feels like this somebody who has caring toward you, that is somewhat protective, to help you if you feel down a little bit, to help you get right back on the road of more positive things. You might know who that person is if you have a picture or something of theirs, to have that nearby, because and it may not be who you thought would take this role, but they are trying to be a personal guide to you in the coming year. And let's see, you also help emotionally heal everybody around you. So it's time to allow emotional healing for yourself and to process things that have happened, and allow your feelings, allow your tears, so that you can cleanse for a new year of greater happiness. Thank you. We come to you, sir. Can you just open your hands? Well, I follow the Edgar Casey way, and I do believe in other lives. So I see you as somebody who had a headdress, which would indicate to me either both Native American past life or Atlantean. So I see both of those with you. And being a leader at a time, a spiritual leader, when others were trying to take over your way of life, probably in the early United States colonization. And that was hard for you because you had greater wisdom than the people who were trying to colonize. So a lot of times you have deep knowings about things, but you don't always say it. In 2025, they'd like you to speak your truth, which will help other people, to say more what you know, to guide a little bit more, as you did in that lifetime, your own people. But very Atlantean, so you have both a analytical mind and strong intuition. Wearing vibrant colors is good for you this year. Okay. May I come to you? Okay. Just say it 2 more times. Feels like feminine spirit guide with you, someone of knowledge. There's more than one. It feels like family, but not from this lifetime. It feels like it feels like a mother who lost her children early and wanted to finish helping you, but she does it now from a spirit position. I see a lot of books, older books. You have a recent lifetime, not your lifetime today, but you were in this metaphysical, spiritualist field in your last life. And you may stumble this year on who that was and begin to pick up from where you left off. So yes, definitely a teacher or author or medium from the lifetime just before. Maybe associated with Andrew Jackson Davis, I'm not sure. Yeah. All right, thank you and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Would you like to go up next?
Hello, everyone. I just saw
It's like, can I come to you? It's like immediately, because I didn't know what I was going to do, and I looked at you, and it just kind of locked in. So, okay. I want to step back. I want to step back, and I want to step forward. And it's like, because you have this nice smile that you welcome everybody, but there's something that you're cautious about, and you want to step back. There's a conflict within you about stepping forward and stepping back in relation to other people. I'm trying to get something in between there. It's like, it doesn't really matter. Stepping back and being cautious of people, or getting up close to people and being more confident. And it's like there's this conflict going back and forth with that, but it's there's something in between that, right in the middle. Oh, that's okay. You should be right in the middle of that. So you don't want to be too confident, and you don't want to be too shy. So just get right in that middle space. And I think that's what you're trying to adjust to right now. Find that little middle space so it's comfortable for you when you want to get close to people, or when you want to back off from people. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Because you were doing something with your hands too, like you were fidgeting, or there's something going on there. Calm down, because I'm getting this, and now I want to just stop, put my hands down my side, relax, and just be you. Just be you, take control of yourself. So that's the message, okay? You're welcome. Can I come to you? Yes, you may. Okay. I'm getting rain. I can see rain. I think I've had this before where I saw rain with you. Because everything was fine, and then all of a sudden it starts raining. The ground is wet. Everything's wet. Be careful where you walk. There's something else about the rain. It's not just rain. It means something. Like, people can get depressed. You know, when the sky's overcast and it's just rain, it's dreary, it's like, oh, I don't want to be here. So it's like that kind of oppression when it's raining. Not physical rain, but what's going on within your life. And then the sun comes out so that you can come out of it. And then you feel better. So it's kind of back and forth with you, like back and forth with you. And I think you're sick and tired of it. I think you're sick and tired of being in these two places at the same time. And you're coming to a point where you're just gonna just throw that stuff away, and you're just gonna be you. Just same thing with you. But this has to do with your emotions and issues that you may have. Just, you're tired of it, you want to stand up, you want to take control. And I think working with pets is really going to help you in that regard. It's going to help restore your energy so you can stand up to the bad times and be more in the good times. So I know that you're looking to do some volunteer work. That's really going to help you. You're not just doing good for others, you're doing good for yourself. So working with animals is really going to help restore you. And that's the message, okay?
I appreciate it.
Okay. Can I come to you? I just locked on you. You're wearing a plaid shirt that has a lot of lines in it, and they're all getting confused. They're breaking apart. They're coming off of your shirt. So your shirt's starting to become more plain, like my shirt. So there's no design on there. The designs is kind of confusing, less clarity. And by removing those lines of your plaid shirt, you're getting more clarity. So there's some clutter in your mind that you need to clear out. This takes work on your part to focusing more energy towards what you're doing, towards what you want, rather than get all discombobulated. Even things out, clean things out, like cleaning your home, like putting things in their proper place to clean your home. So now I feel better that things are in their proper place. That's what you need to do with your mind. put things in their proper place. There's a time and place for everything, and so it doesn't need to all be coming in at the same time. So sort out your thoughts. Contemplate sorting out your thoughts and clearing your mind. That's the message I have for you, okay? Okay, one more. I want to come to you. Okay? Of course, music is your life. You're good at it. When you play your music, it's not just for you. You can be here for other people, but then it goes even further than that. It actually goes to the spirit world. The spirit world likes hearing your music as well. So even though you may be at home playing for yourself, it's not just for you. It's your spirit. The spirit world can hear it as well. The spirits that are near you, they can hear this, and they're pleased with being able to hear you do your work. Something needs to be cleaned up. Something needs to be swept away. It's like sweeping the floor, but it's not the floor. Well, now I'm getting sweeping the floor, but something needs to be cleared up. Wiping your hands to clear the table, clearing the floor. Something needs to be cleaned up. It's not about cleaning, it's about something else. Some tasks. You have some tasks that you are doing, a list of things you need to clean that all up. Knock them out one at a time. So you can clear it off your table, and then you have a clean slate. And then your mind will be better for that. It's like you'll be more happy with yourself. So it's something that's imminent, something that's you need to do now. So that's the message that I'm getting for you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
It is always an honor, a blessing, and a pleasure to serve Spirit. You know who this is. It's your mother. It ain't Avery who's speaking right now. I want you to keep that same energy, child. Keep that same energy. You understand me, boy?
Yes.
Keep that same energy. I'm so proud of you. I want to say congratulations to you. You're doing so good. Keep that same energy.
Okay.
Keep that positivity.
Okay.
You going places.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you. I've been watching over you. A lot of good things are coming. But you gotta cut ties. And you understand what I'm saying to you, right, boy?
Yes. Yes.
I love you, son. I've been watching over you.
Thank you.
Hello. Spirit is pulling me directly to you. There are two spirits that are coming to you, and they are just here to embrace you with a lot of love. And I think you know what spirits they are. Well, maybe not. One is your sister, who's here, and she comes with a lot of love. The other one is a brother, or your brother. And right now, as they come to you, they're coming to you, and they're just hugging you, they're embracing you. And they just want you to know how much they love you and how much they're proud of you. And I keep seeing that you are on the road a lot. You're on the road a lot. And I feel like you're going to be taking a trip in the next 2 months. There's something that's going to be happening in the next 2 months. And you got to prepare for that. So basically, mentally and physically, you got to prepare for that. Okay. And then I'm also being shown like a birthday cake. So there's like a birthday or an anniversary coming up. Okay. And so I want to say happy birthday or happy anniversary or some type of celebration. Okay. And so, and they just give me a lot of love, and they're dancing for you, and they're celebrating for you, and there's something that they want you to release, and it's like emotionally and anxiety-wise. Would you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, and everything's going to be okay, and they just want to initiate how proud they are of you and your son. And they bring up son. They're right like that. Okay, I'm going to give that to you with a lot of blessings and love. But they're saying don't take up too much of your energy because. Would you understand what they're saying when they say that? Because they're saying you're using up a lot of your energy right now. Okay. Love and blessings.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning, Sandy. Wow. Ooh, Lord. Oh, wow. I'm smelling perfume. And I want to say it's coming from your mother. She gives me the smell of perfume. There's a kind of a sweet but strong smell of perfume. And actually, this time, what she's saying is, don't just sit there and don't just take your time. This time, she's saying, run. There's something that you've been wanting to do, and a lot of people have been telling you to stop and sit there and just chill. She's saying, no, now's the time for you to run. And maybe it's not just like physically run, but do everything that you've been wanting to do because now's the time. Okay? And you've been frustrated, but it's okay because now has been the time. Now is that time. And there's something that you've been wanting to get done that hasn't been able to get done. And I feel like it has to do with like a computer, and you can't get it done now. Okay? Love and blessings. But it's just that this is just sort of been the right time. How many messages have I given? 3. I've given 3, because at one point I was kind of in a trance there. Okay, my head is spinning. Okay, give me a second here. Let me see. Okay, I got one more. I know you. Can I come to you? Yes. How are you? Good. Wow, green energy. There's a form of green energy around you. Your aura is very green, and I'm seeing a lot of like plants, or not plants, like trees or something like that. There's something about like plants and trees or whatnot around you. And what it is I just feel like there's so much like healing that's being taken place around you. And I feel like you've been healed with some pain that you've been having. Okay, they've been showing me that you've been having some kind of pain, and I smell like mint, and I smell like some other kind of like healing scent. Okay, and they're relieving kind of pain that you've been feeling. Whether this pain has been like actually physical pain or emotional pain that's been causing like shoulder pain. Would you understand what I'm talking about? Because they're showing me there's been pain in the shoulders all the way into the back, so they're radiating into the back. Okay, and I'm going to give that to you. There's a lot of blessings. God bless you. I better go sit down. Love and blessings. Thank you all for allowing me to read. Sandy, you're next.
Hasn't had a message. Could you raise your hand? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me come into your rate of vibration. There is a gentleman standing behind you, and he has both hands on your shoulders, and he comes in a friend's rate of vibration. He's telling me that you've been trying to push ahead and do so many things. Please pace yourself. Pace yourself. This is very necessary, because your leg is improving. Your legs are improving, but you have to take it slow or they'll start hurting again. So just take your life slow, okay? You have a message? Oh, okay. Let me come into your rate of vibration. There's a lady here from the mother's side of the house, and she comes on a grandmotherly rate of vibration. And the two of you look quite alike, except that her hair was much longer than yours. She says also that I feel that she went to spirit with some type of heart condition, and it caused a breathing problem for her. She wants you to know that she's very proud of you, that you have done very well, and all of your family has done well. I feel that there may be a doctor visit in the future, and you're going to get some new medication. We can talk about that after you get the pills, okay? I think you need a message, don't you? Lynn, as you were up here talking about Edgar Casey and all of these people, they formed a circle behind you, and they say that you're one of their spokespersons, because you are one of the people who remember and who bring the things that are important back from the past into the future, so that new people can learn and understand things that are happening. They're very proud of you. Edgar Casey is here also. I feel him standing behind me. He says, not in this life, but in the next, you will be closer to him, and you'll be able to sleep like he did. Not in this life, but in the next. He says, but you still have a while to go. But he's proud of you. You're one of his good students. And I'm going to leave that with you. I want to thank him for coming. You didn't have a message? Could I have your name, please? Well, good morning. As I come into your rate of vibration, I feel like I'm on a treadmill and I'm running and running, or walking real fast, and I'm trying to catch up with something. But it always seems to be farther away from me than I want it to be. Sometimes chasing our dreams just don't pan out. Sometimes we have to stand still and examine the dream and find out, is this still good for me? As a teenager, Some people feel they want to be an actress or, a drum majorette. But as they get older, their ideas of what they want to do and what they want to be are different. Please examine your objectives and where you want to go. You'll find that there's been a shift. Thank you. I think the microphone may have picked up my hearing aid saying battery low.
I thought I heard something.
Yeah. Well,
Or maybe that was spirit talking.
I'd like to come to these two ladies that just came in late. Very glad you were able to make it. As you were coming in, there was one of your guys was standing behind you, and he had a map in his hand. And it looked like, it didn't look like one of our regular maps. It looked like one of these old-time maps, or one of the maps that you see in when you're playing games on the computer. And he was pointing the way. And he says, you weren't listening to him. He says he's going to work with you so that the next time everything gets assembled so you can come earlier and hear the speakers. He's very glad that you're here. The little lady on this side over here with the walker, there is a gentleman that comes very close to you, and this gentleman, he wasn't very tall. He went to Spirit, I'd say in the 70s or 80s, and maybe not too long ago, maybe about 10 years. When he went to Spirit, he was very thin, and he didn't eat very much before he went to Spirit, so he lost a lot of weight. Are you able to identify this gentleman? I'm so glad. He says, I love you, and don't you ever forget it. I'm always around you. I'm always around you. He's saying, I always had trouble getting you out of the house on time. So I'm glad I'm not insulting you, I'm just conveying the message. The lady in the orange over here. There is a gentleman that comes very close to you. He comes on a, I would say, cousin, nephew, friend, friend. Feels like part of the family, but really isn't. He was fairly tall when he went to Spirit. He had blondish hair. I see him wearing a uniform, a naval uniform, and he's saluting. So he's telling me that he went to Spirit fairly early because of his career. He says he comes to visit you every once in a while because you give him inspiration to move forward in the spirit world. He's not your guide, but he is, I'd say, interviewing to become a guide. So he comes by you to check you out, and this is one of the first steps that he has to go through. I'm getting the name of Robert, or something that begins with an R. And he went to Spirit quite a few years ago, maybe during Vietnam. Okay. I'd like to come to the little one over here.
Yes, Auntie.
He's a little bored here. He wants to walk a little bit more during the service. And also he says he's very happy with you, that, you know, everything's going okay. But he's a little young, and sometimes he just doesn't understand what you want him to do. So I'm going to leave him with you, and love and blessings to all of you.
I still love you, Mommy.
Okay. Well, that was it for the day. Let us, let's see. May the peace of the spheres of light be in our hearts. May the consciousness of God's Spirit be with us and throughout the universe bless and beautify the lives of humanity now and always. Amen. Thank you all for being with us today, and I am looking forward for all of you guys to be with us in 2 weeks' time. And love and blessings to each and every one of you guys. Thanks for joining us today. And yeah, thank you.